Ooh, hello. Man, this sure sucks. Hey, the title. Like, what's that mean? Your personality. The personality that you put up for the people compared to the real you that you have in your band, the way you act to yourself. We all have masks in our own way. Masks we want to show, masks we want to not show. We have masks. That's what I like to call. I like to call our personalities masks. That one Saul Goodman picture teaser image that I really like because it resonated with me. It got me hard. It got me joyful. It just looks so cool. So this was a couple of weeks ago. For some reason I was at my lowest that day. I don't know why. Usually I'm already low. For some reason I went lower, and so it was work day. I'm a server, and so fortunately, you gotta see my ugly muck coming to your table. It's like you spit out your food the moment you get it because you're like, oh, what is this? But I get there, I'm just really down. And, I'm quiet. I'm basically quiet for the whole thing. I'm not a quiet person. When you get to know me, especially the people at the job, I'm up and at it. I talk a lot. I swear. I try to communicate. I bug people on purpose because I crave attention. Not like that, but like hey, how you doing? Let's have a chat. And then you know what? That week I was just so alone. I felt down. I don't know why. I keep saying that, but I was just down, low. I was at my lowest. Being at the lowest, I didn't talk. I basically didn't talk at all. I wasn't unless I was spoken to. And literally, the shift opens at 12, and literally around 7. It was around 8, I think. 8 or 7. See, not that funny number. No, you didn't get that. But it was around there. That's when I actually started talking. But before that, through the 12 through 8, nothing. Nothing. Nothing at all. There's one little conversation that I was about to get, but then they got interrupted. So I was like, oh, I'm just back away. After that, they didn't talk at all. They didn't talk at all to no one. And then when people talked to me, I talked for a little bit, and then just talking until the conversation ended. And then it's just the fact that like, huh, no one gave a shit. Damn, I must be that lovable. Yeah, like no one gave a shit. No one said, are you okay? No one said, are you down? Since I'm a very talkative person, I like to talk to them. I like to annoy them, like obviously in a good way, not like an asshole or like a very dishonest, like degenerate way, but just like hey, like a friendly banter, friendly tease. But no, no one came to me. No one noticed that I was down. No one noticed that I wasn't talking. Oh, you're quiet today. No, nobody cared. I'm that good. And I was like, damn, huh? And that got me even more quiet. So like, I went even lower, bro. You thought, that saying? If you're low, you can't go lower. I managed to go even deeper than that. I went beyond hell, dude. And I was like, damn, that was that bad. That was that bad. No, what? This day means nothing. And yeah, that day, oof, I felt bad for the people who had me as their server. I was not happy. I wasn't up to them and be like, what do you want? Hey, how you doing? You gonna get a drink? You want water? Dumbass. Why don't you get Coke? Hmm? You too good for Coke now? Oh, you meant the drink. But yeah, I was just down. The first, I just went up to them. Hey, how you doing? Gonna get a drink? Nice. Or yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes. We have that. Or no, I don't know. And then boom. Damn, that was me. So yeah, I apologize for all that. That was a couple weeks ago. So they might have been like, man, that guy was awful. Never come back. But I did see the reviews. Nothing about me yet. I did see a review about a coworker of mine. It was really funny. I can't show that because I don't want to dox them. But it was really funny. They took a whole picture of them and everything. But um, yeah, I was me that day. And then I was like, damn, the mask I put up to entertain these folks because I'm the clown. No one gave a damn about the clown. You know what? Damn, that was an eye opener for me. So going into 2026, I'm gonna bomb the place. No, 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 no. What brought back me? What brought back the mask? Since my true mask fallen off, my mask of being at work fell off. So I was my real self. I was, the downer in my room, the downer, the gooner, the the bum, the depressing dude that lays in their bed, doom scroll. I was that guy at work, and you shouldn't do that. You should always be your best self. Or not your best self, but your mind work self. Never have a bad day at the workplace because you could affect other people. Yada yada yada. And yeah, I didn't listen. I just couldn't take it. But what brought me back? What brought the endurance, the unbreakable, the revival unit in me back? Well, it was seeing my friends. And I was like, whoa, what you mean? Like, you invited them over? No, for some reason, thankfully, they decided, you know what? We're gonna eat at this place. We're gonna make them serve us. And then, wow, they arrived and they sat down. A different person got them, but I told them, hey, yo, can I have them? I know them, and so, can I please get them? And they're like, oh yeah, sure, got it, yeah, got them. It's like, boom, hey, I'm a server. And they're like, hey, we got it. And I was like, no, you didn't get me, but I asked for you. Got it correct. Like, I'm the reason you're gonna have a good time. I'm the reason you're gonna have a good time, because of me, not because of you. But yeah, they were there. And you know what? I just brought my spark back, showing a person I actually care about. Showing a person that I actually fuck with. Showing a person that you have that bond with, like, damn. This is all about. Literally, that whole downer persona, whole downer thing was immediately erased when the moment they walked in. Like, it was like, I saw them. What? Are they, are they really? I'm doing all that. I'm doing this. What? They do. Boom. I went in. You know, spitting their food, nothing in their sandwich. But I was like, wow, I'm back. I got the energy. The life side of me is there again. I was like, wow, it switched up so quickly. And the rest of the day, it was okay. For like the last 2 hours, but that was it. That's all it really took for me to just come back to my own soul. My soul coming back to me. But wow, just seeing my friends again was really nice. And yeah, that really made my day compared to what they thought it was. Like, they probably thought it was nothing, but to me it was everything. So the summary of part one is, boom, mask of the real self off. No one gave a shit. No one even bothered to check up on me. And then when it came back, it's like nothing even changed. Nothing even happened. I was back to my old self. I was talking. Well, I wasn't talking as much. I was still a little bit down, but because of the realization. But I was better than what I was the morning. And then today, it was today. This is part two now. So today, I put on, for the morning at least, for like the first 5 hours before my break. So before my break, I was this Jim Carrey Grinch act. I was literally putting on a Jim Carrey Grinch personality on. Like, I don't even want to do it on camera because I hate doing it butt naked. Like, I need something. I need a cover. I need a face. Gets me fully into the character. But the way he talks, I don't even want to do it. It's embarrassing, even though it's just the camera. With the fact that it's just embarrassing to me. I was putting on hey, I can't even do it, bro. I don't want to do it. I don't like doing it. Because I need to be in the moment, and I can't be in the moment right now. This is embarrassing for me. A little shoot ooh type moment, but yeah, I was doing the whole. If you watch Jim Carrey's The Grinch, you would get the voice I was trying to mimic, and yeah, they noticed it. But I didn't say no. I didn't agree, but still kept putting it on. But only for my coworkers, not for the people I was serving. I was gonna go out to them and be like, "Hey, can I get your order?" Or like, "This is the item." See what I'm saying? I was trying to get them to act the way I was acting. That's how you get it. It was something like that. But I was putting up that. But I wasn't doing it in a very annoying theater kid type way. At least I don't think. If it was, I'm sorry. But I was doing that, and it felt great. It honestly felt great. I felt very confident, and they were, and then I was in a very happy mood for some reason. Whether it was my heart pumping up, so I was pumped. I had an iced coffee from McDonald's. They know me, by the way. It's embarrassing. They know me. I go there quite often. Too often. How do you think I got the 6-pack, bro? 6-pack so hard it jiggles. But yeah, I went there. I mean, no more McDonald's. Boom. Talking about. See what I'm saying? I was giving a bit of a performance, and it felt very good. I was giving a performance that made me feel great, made me feel confident. Like, I sound like I feel like a horrific joker. Like, you wanna know I got these scars. Anyways, to me, when they was talking, I was very confident. I was very proud. I was very high on life. Like, I was not as down or not as moody as I usually am. And they immediately noticed that. And I was, you know what? I am giving out this new field I want to give out. Play along more. I felt really good. And then, yeah, I gave my performance a really good score. My morning server shift was really good. I had a little party, and they tipped on top of the gratuity, which, wow, very good. They tipped hella on top. These two women, I don't know, it was like an aunt and auntie, or two lesbians. I'm not sure. They had like 3 kids. Um, Aunt and auntie. But yeah, my performance that morning. Ooh, it was a quite slow day, even to the end. And my morning, pretty good portion, pretty good cheddar for what the you know race was. It was pretty slow, and I got pretty good cheddar, especially from that party. They literally carried like 50% of it. But yeah, it was really good. And I felt even better. I felt confident. I was standing up straight. Always stand up straight. Fix your posture, by the way. You gotta fix that. No more slouching. Don't slouch when you eat. Don't slouch. Even pump up, push out your chest, push out the gurgle. Make sure your gurgle looks like a mountain and not pregnant. So I was pumping it out. I was feeling good, and yeah, my performance was even better. And so that little mask I put on was just up a notch. I was giving out my best score. Not doing that again, but I was giving it out, And then I really lost it the moment I came back from break. I just wasn't in the flow. Oh my god, I was so out of it for some reason. I don't get it. After I came back from my little break, it wasn't even my full hour. Since I still had a table, so I had to wait for them during my hour because I was gonna give it away. It was like losing money. And then, I was just out of it when I came back. I had like 30 minutes, sat down, hunching over, and then I was in it. I came back completely out. I forgot people's slight orders. I forgot people in general. I forgot this guy, but he left a pretty good tip. So my charming personality carried it. Yeah, I barely talked to that guy. I just talked to him for the food, talked to him for the refill, and then didn't talk to him after that until the very end when he asked for the bill. I was like, damn, my performance was bad. Talking about only the bad part of my job is not a very good sign. But I want it to be good. But then there's some bad apples, which get me angry. But it just shows the difference between the faces of the mask I was giving out. The face I usually put on 90% of the time is, the nonchalant. No, never. But the guy who's just there. You talk to me, I listen, I give my opinion, I make a joke. Lands like 80% of the time. I'm that good. But that's usually me. And then I also complain when you make me do my job, but like in a very over dramatic way, to the point where it gets a little annoying, so I gotta cut that back. I do admit that. But and then the other mask, which was the one at home, don't go to the fucking Dios type shit. But being at home, where I usually put my least amount of emotions in, because there's no point when there's no one around. That's what I was giving out. Damn, that accidentally infused with my work set. So, but shuffle it back up, man. Why different card deck? We're playing 21, not Goldfish. But and then the little Grinch thingy that I was putting on my overconfident self, which that's a little bit of a new one I was experimenting with, and that felt really nice. But then, the thing that causes me to be more insecure is obviously me. Because I'm me. Like, my camera's cracked right now. You just don't see it. Because it looked at me. Anyways, that's the end of the video. Bit of a talker, it's almost 2 a.m. now. Since I'm now planning to make, well, not every day. Since, honestly, I'm lazy as fuck. And, but... Oh yeah, I'm also trying to cut that back. No, not today. But I could be not joking, For the sake of YouTube, I'm joking about all that. But yeah. After work, I'm trying to make a little talking video, and on my days off, that's when I'm trying to make an actual edited video. So days of work, you get one of these talking videos, and then on my days off is when I usually focus on a new video. Right now, I'm focusing on a video. Spoiler alert! Focusing on a real video of my experience and the first time playing a dating sim game. Alright? Me playing a dating sim game. I know. You're like, what? You didn't play that before? I mean, look at you. But, no, honestly, that's my first time ever playing it. My first real one that doesn't involve actual news. It was just my first time playing it, and so I was like, damn, you know what? Let me talk about that. Spoiler alert, I refunded it, but and I'll be getting in more depth. It's one of like the popular charts one, so it's a bit of a no-brainer to talk about. But that's the first real video I'll be talking about. And now, like, what? OG fans would be like, Where's that Glor video? Where's that Fortnite video? Say that? Yeah, you're right. But yeah, that's it. You know, what type of mask do you put on for yourself? Are you quiet? Do you talk a lot to yourself? I do that a lot too. I talk a lot, especially when I'm in the kitchen. I'm like, I instead of talking to myself like in my head, I speak that out loud, like I'm actually in a show. I'm in a little sitcom. I'd be like, hey, like I can't even think of an example. But what type of mask do you put on? Do you put on something for your friends? Do you put on something unique for work? Do you put on something unique for your lover? Like, we all got masks. It's just a matter of how much we use it. You know, my YouTube personality mask is more of my real self right now. It's easier to do all this behind a camera or not behind people. Since if you get my order wrong, like as like a coffee wise, there's a literal dice roll if I'm gonna go up and tell you or not. It's literally 50-50. If I'm in a restaurant, I would be like, you know what? This tastes amazing. But if you get like my drink wrong, I'll be like, I'm not a fan of this. It's just you would or no. You know, since you know a little bit of an introvert, I want to be an extrovert because it's fun. Because I think it is. I don't know. Maybe I'm a fake one, you know. But I just the mask is out there, you know. Actually, yeah, it is an introvert. They get my iced coffee wrong, and then I won't even go up there to complain. I literally would just drink it. And like, oh, this tastes like water. Oh, this tastes way too dark. Oh, this tastes way too sugary. The actual only time I went up there was to get more creamer because it was way too dark. Like darker than there's a limit. There's a limit. It was too dark, so I had to get a creamer. But then when it's too watery, what do you do then? You go up there and complain. But no, that's not what I did. This is getting off topic. Yeah. See ya.